Hey everybody, time again for another ACC prediction as we approach the college football season. I'm excited, man. Only a month away or so, and I'm going to be doing Pittsburgh today. A lot of talk about Pittsburgh on this channel since we've obviously played them last year and everything went down with them and everything, and they've appeared a couple times already in my ACC predictions. Pitt has been stuck in purgatory, it seems. 7-5, 8-4 is about on par. Never bad, never really good. Just kind of right there in the middle. And honestly, not trash talking or anything. I thought about a lot about this video, and I think that they'll probably be about as good as they usually are. Pitt, they'll might even be a little bit better. Might scratch the surface of 9 wins or so. So they might have a pretty good year this year. They won't be a bad team. Let's take a look at their schedule, see what they got up against. They started out with UMass, just the absolute easiest game you could get in the FBS. UMass is awful. That'll be a win. Okay, then everybody's talking about this game. On the road at Tennessee. Now listen, I'll be a huge Tennessee fan this game. I don't like Pitt. I'll be cheering for Tennessee. I really love my Vols. And unfortunately, I got to give it to Pitt on this one. Tennessee is just, they had so many players leave. I really hate this for them. I'm really pulling for them, man, but I just can't pick Tennessee to win this game. I know that you shouldn't probably underestimate SEC out of conference. Usually they perform really well, but I'm just not so sure. It's not impossible for them to get it done because I usually consider bad SEC teams to be about as good as mid-tier ACC teams, and so that's possible. The Tennessee just has lost way too much for me to be confident in them to do anything this year. I feel really bad for them. They just had way too many people leave for me to be able to pick them to win this game. So I got to give this one to Pitt. I just think Pitt's in a good place this year to possibly, I think Pitt might be a dark horse for the Coastal this year. So I just don't think that I think they're a better team right now than Tennessee. And as much as I hate that, I just got to give it to them. Next is Western Michigan. That'll be easy win. Western Michigan's not really terrible, but I think Pitt's just much better, much more talent. Then you get some other easy team. That'll be no problem. Then you start out the ACC with my Jackets. And if you don't know my opinions on this already, well, I got my Jackets beating Pitt. It's going to be the one thing that I think that they beat this year. I'm high on Pitt, that's for sure, but I don't think they're way past losing these kinds of games, even if it's not to Tech. But it was such an emotional game last year. I get it. I mean, I probably just look like I'm picking us to beat them just because I don't like them, but I mean they didn't really convincingly beat us last year. Let's be honest, and should be much more improved this year. We'll have played UNC and Clemson already. We'll be ready for this game. We'll have a chip on our shoulder. I think that matters. I think we win this game the same reason I think Missouri beats Florida this year. I think that kind of stuff matters. You get your players fired up. It's a game of college football. It's a game of emotion and passion. I think that matters, and I think we beat Pitt. Pitt does have to go on the road for this game. They could pull it off. I mean, Pitt is probably more talented than Georgia Tech. But I think my Jackets are coming out to surprise some people this year, and maybe this is a homer pick. I don't know. But I already know this might light up some people in the comments, but what do you know? I got my Jackets beating them. Anyway, then you get your bye week before Virginia Tech. Honestly, not really a good time for a bye week because I think you're much better than Virginia Tech, even if it is on the road. I know that's a hard place to play in Blacksburg, but I got to give this to Pitt. That's going to be an easy win. Virginia Tech's not going to be any good this year. Listen, it's very possible you guys beat Virginia Tech right here at home and get Fuente fired. I think Fuente gets fired around the middle of the season somewhere. It could be this game, could be when they play my Jackets and we beat them. I don't know. I don't think Virginia Tech makes a bowl this year. I think they're bad. Some people are really high. I'm not. I'm just not. They lose a lot. I think Pitt easily wins this game. Then you get Clemson at home. I know that you've maybe giving some teams some fits this year. I think Clemson's going to be way too good. I'm not going to be picking on you guys to beat them. It's just I don't think any sane person would. I mean, you do get them at home, but it's not like Pitt has the most amazing home field advantage. So, yeah, give me Clemson. I think they're a national title contender this year. Then you get Miami at home, which, I mean, it's going to be rough. You're going to have a tough game time against Clemson, and I got you losing to Miami too. This game right here determines probably the second best team in the Coastal, I think. And I just got to give it to Miami. I'm a little higher on them. Miami's going to be good, man. They got De'Aaron King, long as he can stay healthy. I think that they're just in a better spot. I think they're more talented. I like their coach better. I just like Miami more in this matchup. It's not impossible. Pitt could probably pull this off, I think, but I'm just more confident in Miami. Then you go on the road at Duke. That's a good road game to have. Duke's going to be an easy win. It'll be no problem. Then you move on to North Carolina, which I actually also have as a loss. I'm super high on UNC, and this, again, is not an impossible game. UNC slips up a lot of times and loses games that they shouldn't. They have the talent, the coaching, the ability to win the Coastal this year. I think they will, but it's possible that they lose the game this year. I just don't see it being Pitt. I mean, I just really don't. Listen, this matchup actually has my attention. It's on a Thursday. And Pitt gets them at home. A lot of the times, these teams that are favored can come on the road on a weird Thursday or Friday night and get tripped up and lose. Really weird matchup to be on a Thursday night since I think it has major implications in the Coastal. But I've got this on my big-time upset alert right here. Pitt might very well pull this game off. I don't think UNC has what it takes to go undefeated, even if their schedule favors it. I just don't think that they have the ability to. I don't think they are consistent enough to be there yet and win all the games that they shouldn't. So this is a very possible win for Pitt. But I just got to go with UNC right here. I don't think a lot of people will be very surprised. UNC is just going to be really good this year. Okay, then Virginia. That's going to be a win. Virginia's a good team. They're not going to be a bad team this year. I don't think they'll be competing for the Coastal, but Virginia's just one of those mid-tier ACC teams, and I think Pitt's better than them. That's all there is to it. I like what Bronco Mendenhall's got doing. This could be a good game. Y'all do get them at home, though. I give you the benefit of the doubt here. I think you beat Virginia. I just like Pitt better in this matchup. Next, Syracuse on the road. No problem. That'll be an easy win. Syracuse isn't any good. And that'll wrap up your season. 8-4. Football purgatory. Not talking trash. I mean, 8-4 is a good season. I mean, a lot of people can say what they want, football purgatory or whatever, but I'd love to have 8 wins. You know, Pitt's not going to be a bad team this year. They could possibly get 9 or 10 wins. I'm just not going to be the one to jump on here and tell you that they're finally going to break that mold this year. I know they'll be good. They'll have a great defense and a serviceable offense. And I know that I'm sure their fans are super high on themselves, of course, but consistency is one of Pitt's biggest things under Pat Narduzzi. It's possible you get to 9 wins, maybe even 10. I just don't know. But just try not to terrorize me in the comments too much about it. I did like what I saw from the Pitt offense last year. We could see them surprise some people this year. I'm just not so sure. They got a pretty tough schedule here with Miami, UNC, Clemson, and then, of course, powerhouse Georgia Tech. I'm just not so sure that they'll be able to break that mold, so to speak. What we're seeing here in the ACC Coastal is the unthinkable. The Coastal sort of settling down into its own hierarchy and actually making sense, I think, this year. I think the Coastal this year will calm down a lot with the chaos. I think it'll be more of a hierarchy that makes sense. And Pitt's going to want to be sneaking up into it, right? Everybody's going to be looking at Miami and UNC for that Coastal, and that's honestly what I'm looking at too. But a lot of the times you see these kind of one-dimensional teams that are only good on offense or only good on defense. You see them figure it out on the other side of the ball. For Pitt, that's the offense. And if they can get this offense together this year, surprise some people with it, They could be a scary team to watch out for. I hope not. I hope they eat shit, to be honest with you. Anyway, so that's my prediction of the Pittsburgh Panthers, 8-4. Leave your angry comments in the comment section below. Go Jackets, and I'll see you guys next time.